Hi guys, this is Ruben from Elementor, and in this video we're going to talk about making realistic sounding MIDI arrangements in your software. Now MIDI recording and arrangements can be fun, nice to do with so many instruments you can play around with using MIDI. But one of the biggest challenges when it comes to doing MIDI arrangement is that our MIDI song music sounds fake, unrealistic. So in this video we're going to talk about a simple trick to make your MIDI sound even more realistic. Now, basically, one of the few reasons why your MIDI arrangement sounds fake is the quality of your sample. Now, your samples have to be good. They have to be recorded from a real instrument, got to sound good, could be recorded correctly with correct recording techniques, and correctly placed inside your sampler. Okay, that's why samples are not cheap; they come expensive. And second, well, that's your MIDI technique. How do you perform them? How do you record them down? For example, if I were to play a bass, I do not play as a chord because a bass does not play like that, okay? And the lowest note of bass goes down to E. So to truly, create a MIDI performance of a bass that sounds realistic, you got to learn to play the bass. Well, technically speaking, alright? But in this video today, I want to show you a simple trick I always use to create realistic sounding MIDI arrangements. Now, this trick I'm going to show you is falling more to the mixing techniques and not so much about MIDI techniques, but again, it helps. So here I have a little arrangement with piano, bass, hats, strings, kicks, basically a very simple arrangement. I'm going to play that for you so you can listen to and see how it sounds. Okay, pretty simple arrangement, right? Anyway, now when it comes to making arrangements like this, you have pianos, bass, hats, and your strings. Now, a very important function to play, and something that a lot of people tend to miss out is panning. Now, I want to show you a picture and then imagine. Now, this is a picture of an orchestra, alright? And we have the conductor here, and we have violins on our left, cellos on the right, and basically you can see basically the arrangement of sitters and how they are seated in a curve. Right, now imagine that you're sitting in front of the orchestra. Where do you hear the violins more prominently from? Where do you hear the timpanis, the percussion prominently from? So when it comes to your arrangement, you got to think like that as well. Where does your piano sit? On the left or on the right? Where does your bass sit? Bass, you probably want to have it in the middle. Hats, probably a bit into the right. And it goes on like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just do a very quick pan to my mix here. Now, pianos, go to your software, in your inspector, you can see that we have a pan here in Cubase 7, but in your different software you should have probably a pan knob or even a slider like this, okay? So my piano is panned a bit to the right, okay? Left and right. So when we do things like this, it kind of create a sound stage for us. Yeah, bass. I want a bass up in the middle as a backbone of a song. Now the hats can go slightly to the right as well. So before you go through this, you got to plan your pannings. Strings. I'm going to pan that left, about 36 to the left, 36% to the left. Let's go and see our kicks. Now, kick should be in the middle, backbone of the music. Snare. Imagine a drum set. Now, where's the snare located? It's a bit to the right, right? Right. Okay, so about right 21 should be fine. Now take note that all these things are all MIDI. There are no wave files involved. All are played with MIDI. And going to pan this to the left. More to the left. Okay. And when you create things like this, it becomes very realistic. Yeah, even with MIDI. And although this is more of a mixing technique, well, I think it's important that you put this in your MIDI arrangement. I'm going to push this more to the center. More of a pad kind of filled in. And we have the pizzicato strings at the end. On the right. I'm going to A-B together with the harp and compare them and see how they work together. Alright, and that's how you work with panning around. More of a mixing technique, but very important in MIDI arrangements. Now, the mistake that a lot of producers do is they leave everything in center. They leave everything in the center and it becomes like, your orchestra is standing in a straight line. And that's bad, right? So sometimes in your sampler, you might have some padding happening right here. You might want to change that around or check that if you're doing the right thing here, okay? That we have a pan here in contact 5 and it's in the center right now. And some samples are recorded more to the right and more to the left. So you got to take note of that as well, okay? So basically, let's hear the whole mix now with our pan done. Alright, and it sounds better already, it sounds more realistic already. Alright, panning is one of the simple technique of making your MIDI sound realistic, right? But there are so many more techniques. Techniques on putting in reverbs, how to control reverbs, choruses, and a lot of different things. How you play a pianos, how you play bass, how you play kicks and all that. Alright? So basically, if you want to learn more and if you're keen on learning more, I've already set up a course online under audiomentor.com lessons, composing music. I'll place this link down in the description below. But basically, this is a course that I've put up for you. And this course will take you in. There you go. Going through all the units of understanding MIDI, in recording MIDI on your software, using the tips and tricks with quantization, understanding quantization, sampling and samples, how you sample things, how you put effects in, okay, composing ideas, fundamentals and chord rhythms, making realistic sounding arrangements. So a full course, more than 2 hours of video, tutorials, and also downloads and lots of different things. All right. So if you are keen in learning how to make great MIDI arrangements, go ahead and start learning now. All right. If you join this course, thank you a lot. And you can always ask me questions again once you're inside, in the forums, in the blogs, and also just send me an email if you need. All right, and I'll see you there. Again, thanks for watching. And if you have questions, please go ahead and ask. I'll see you in the next video.